Hello and welcome into Danbury Arena. It's the Hat-Tricks and the Thunderbirds tonight, the first visit for Carolina into Danbury this season, and we'll be with you all weekend long here for the 3-game set as the Hat-Tricks complete a 4-game and 4-day stretch this weekend. My name is Josh Starr. I'm joined by Jim Cerny, and the Hat-Tricks started off that 4-game stretch last night in Binghamton with a road win, which has been hard to come by so far this season.
Absolutely, and a good road win, a 6-3 win against Binghamton, a good team. Frankie McClendon, really strong effort last night. Binghamton jumped out to a 2-0 lead 5 minutes into this game as Danbury struggled to find their footing. They allowed a power play goal, they allowed a shorthanded goal, but from that point on, Danbury took over the game, and Frankie McClendon was outstanding in the third period. When Binghamton had a big surge, they pumped 19 shots on goal in the third period, and Frankie stopped 18 of the 19 to backstop the 6-3 win.
Sometimes the key is not letting anyone else hurt you when Nikita Ivashkin is on the ice, and he got his share last night, but the Hat-Tricks did a good job limiting the surrounding cast. Tonight, they have Carolina in town, and they come in with two big guns at the top. John Butita and Gus Ford are the big scorers for this team. What can the Hat-Tricks do, and what have they shown to show that they can shut them down?
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. You know, they've done it against guys like Justin McDonald, in the league. There have been games where they've been able to really shut down the top guys on the other team. Here, there's a bigger disparity between the two top guys and the rest of the lineup. I think if you can shut down that line and those two guys, that will be the key for sure for Danbury tonight against a Carolina team that comes in hot. They've won 5 in a row.
They are surging up the standings, a team that is not used to being toward the bottom half of this league. Over the past couple years, they've been right up there with the league leaders throughout the season. We'll step aside here in Danbury. We'll come back with the starting lineups and puck drop here from Danbury Arena. It's the Hat-Tricks and the Thunderbirds coming up next. Hat-Tricks and Thunderbirds coming up in just a few moments, and the starting lineup for the Hat-Tricks presented by PR Electric. It's Corey Anderson centering Tom Mealy and Dmitry Kuznetsov, and the D pair Dmitry Daniluk and Garrett Gallagher. Frankie McClendon in goal. Jim talked about him in the open. A strong performance last night and a strong performance in the last 2 Hat-Tricks wins, one against Watertown and one last night in Binghamton. A couple new guys tonight for the Hat-Tricks made their debuts last night. Adamo Aslan and Brendan O'Reilly getting on the score sheet in their Hat-Tricks debuts.
Absolutely. O'Reilly with a goal and an assist. Aslan, who the fans may recognize the name. He played for the Delaware Thunder earlier this season and signed with the Hat-Tricks earlier in the week. He had an assist in his hat tricks debut last night, the 6-3 win up in Binghamton.
For the hat tricks as well, a couple players missing with injury. Gordy Bonnell and Aaron Atwell remains out. Gordy Bonnell been out the last game or so and will remain out tonight. What are the hat tricks missing without number 9 in the lineup?
You're missing a really, really top playmaker, perhaps their best playmaker among their forward group. And you're also missing the guy that rides shotgun with Johnny Ruiz, your best player. They have built up great chemistry this season. Bonnell and Ruiz have been line mates all year at even strength on the power play, and perhaps most importantly, short-handed. They have been a terrific top pair among the forwards on the penalty kill this season. Absolutely, they're going to miss Gordy Bonnell. The hat tricks will miss Gordy Bonnell tonight.
In the last home game here for the hat tricks, it was Bonnell blocking a shot that led Gesso on the breakaway and scoring on just outside, just after he got out of the box. So the hat tricks will have to find a way to make up for the missing pieces tonight, but a couple new guys in the lineup, and the hat tricks are ready to go here.
And another key guy returns to the lineup tonight in Dustin Gesso. He served his 2-game league suspension. He did not play last night, and Binghamton did not make the trip, but he's back in uniform tonight at Danbury Arena.
As well as Steve Brown back in the lineup tonight. So big defenseman back for the hat tricks. Still missing Aaron Atwell, a big piece on that back end, but getting Steve Brown back is also huge.
Absolutely. Huge, literally and figuratively. He's the big guy, back on the blue line. He's the guy. Dave McIsaac will tell you all the time, everybody on the Danbury side plays a lot bigger when Brownie's in the lineup, and he's back tonight. Good to see him healthy and back in the lineup.
We're just about ready here for puck drop. The hat tricks at 18-9-3, 53 points, second in the league. Carolina 16-11-3, fourth in the league with 48 points. The hat tricks been really good at home this season. 12-2-0 in this building. Both losses coming to Watertown. No other team has beat the hat tricks here in Danbury this year. And we are underway. Corey Anderson unable to win the draw. It's Peshtuka for Carolina, who will serve it forward into the hat trick zone. Behind the net, Garrett Gallagher will start things up for the hat tricks in their first chance at an offensive rush. Mealy up the left wing will go to Gallagher, and he'll fire in to the Carolina end. Paulin in the net for Carolina tonight will play it ahead, and Carolina scoops it out to center. Hat tricks on the puck at their own line. Daniluk playing up the left side, gets the red line and will chip in. It's off a body. Carolina will control. Declan Conway, the long outlet pass. Schnapp tips in. Icing waved off. Steve Brown, his first shift of the night, back from his injury, to John McDonald, who gets it stopped at the point. Into the hat trick zone now. It's Cardinal circling back to the point. Will pass into the slot. Steve Mealy intercepts. His outlet stopped, and his second chance ahead to Gesso into the zone. At the right circle, Gesso out in front, looking for Ruiz. It goes all the way through. Ruiz takes a big hit and drops it back down low. In the corner behind the net, Dimmitt will start the breakout for Carolina. His pass out of the reach of a teammate. The hat tricks will tip in and change. 1:20 into play here in the first. Carolina through center. Nicoletti chips off the glass and into the hat trick's end. He'll race after it as Stefanson will seal him off and pass ahead to Jackson. Jackson leaves it for Bryce French, who will sauce ahead to Adamo Asselin, his first shift in Danbury and at home. Now Lazaro's shot bounces wide of Paulin. He made the first save. The rebound was wide, and now the shot goes all the way through. Stefanson at the point will play it back down low. Asselin at the circle will backhand in front. It was stopped away by Carolina. French will retreat over to Stefanson right side. Outlet off of Jackson's stick and deep in to the Carolina end. Chasing there, Asselin has it back behind the net. Asselin will come to the near corner. Hat-trick's in the middle of a change. Gallagher will play it in deep. It's tipped into the corner. Playing it to the corner is Carolina. Anderson trying a shot. It's blocked in front. 2.5 into play here. Carolina will get to center. Mealy dropping it back in front of his own net. Gallagher will start back up. Hat-tricks with all of the possession so far in this first period. 2:40 in. Tom Mealy across the Carolina line, ahead to Kuznetsov. It was out of his reach, and the Thunderbirds will clear. Gallagher at his own blue line, dropping for Daniluk, will survey ahead to Tom Mealy off his stick into the zone. Carolina will take over. Tipped in by Conway. Peavy chasing after it. It's stuck in the neutral zone across the Schnapp, and he went in offside at the Hat-Tricks line. 3 minutes in, no score. A fast pace to start, and the Hat-Tricks really controlling it so far.
Yeah, they've certainly kept the puck out of their own end. Carolina's a very, very physical team. Coach McIsaac was telling me that Danbury needs to be ready to play physical against Carolina because they will take the body at every turn, and we saw that right on the second or third shift when Johnny Ruiz got slammed into the wall and down to the ice.
Teams have played 5 games so far this season, all in Carolina, all physical contests as the Hat-Tricks ice the puck here just after the face-off. Just over 3 minutes in, no score. It was really physical in Carolina, and the Hat-Tricks were expecting some more physical games here this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. And Brendan O'Reilly joins the team. He's a bigger guy. He's listed as a forward. He's played defense as well in the past, but he's a bigger guy and maybe gives them a little bit of extra size that they may need tonight against Carolina. As you said, those first 5 games were very physical down in Winston-Salem.
Danbury ahead with Gesso cutting into the zone. The pass out in front, stopped at the side of the net, and it's in the corner. Hung up there. Talipov will play it up the boards. Gesso intercepts, dropping for Ruiz. High slot, fires. It's stopped by Paulin. Across to the half wall, taken by Conway, and he'll carry to center. Conway across the Hat-Tricks line, dumping in, will chase it himself behind the net. French there for Danbury, swatting away is Schnapp. It comes up the near boards. Ruiz can't get out of the zone. Schnapp has it in the corner, over skates. French now pins him against the boards and will control, chipping ahead to Steve Mealy, who bats it to center. And the Hat-Tricks are changing. It's deep into the Carolina end. Peshtuka back to retrieve it. Will go across ice, intercepted by Lazaro. Good anticipation, and he'll carry in. Lazaro at the right circle will fling one off of Dimmitt's shin pad, and he'll control, play it up the boards, and out. Daniluk serves it right back in to the Carolina end. Dimmitt across in front of the Carolina net, and now in the neutral zone. The Thunderbirds will play into the Hat-Tricks end. Brown able to play it to center. Cardinal takes over there for Carolina. Dimmitt ahead to Gus Ford, the leading goal scorer for this Carolina team, into the Hat-Tricks end. Down behind the net. Daniluk unable to control Gallagher, stabbing away at it. Will play forward to Jackson. A nice touch pass, and Lazaro will outlet. Asselin up the left wing into the Carolina zone. 5 minutes in here in the first period. Asselin worked off the puck, and Carolina will carry out. Right to left through center. It's Gus Ford into the Hat-Tricks zone, dangling past McDonald. Will dump it in behind the net. Steve Brown chasing there, and the Hat-Tricks play it ahead to Jackson, who is all alone to skate out of the zone. Carrying into center ice, will leave off to the right wing. Corey Anderson at the line, across into the circle. His wrister is skipping wide, and the Hat-Tricks will have to go back out to center. Tom Mealy has it right at center ice. Will drop back for Steve Brown, 5.5 into the first. No score so far in Danbury. Hat-Tricks dumping in to the Carolina end. It's played up the boards, and stick out in front, pops in the air. Anderson has it in the corner, out to Tom Mealy, the one-time shot, stopped by Paulin, and he'll cover up. 5:44 into play here in the first. We'll step aside here from Danbury, still scoreless between the Hat-Tricks and the T-Birds.
Well, Josh, for a comfortable stay with great amenities, the only choice is the La Quinta by Wyndham in Danbury. Ask for the Hat-Tricks friends and family rate. You can't beat it. La Quinta. And I'll tell you, Josh, these two teams playing the opening 5-6 minutes here tonight are playing like a snowstorm's on the way. No play stoppages, play on, boys.
What's snow?
Keep the action going.
There's supposed to be snow?
It's rumor has it.
Stefanson's shot after the face-off win. It's covered up by Paul. And 14-11 to go in the first. Hat-tricks with all 5 shots so far in this game. And the Thunderbirds in their own zone will change up lines. Hat-tricks are going to stick with Anderson, Tom Mealy, and Kuznetsov.
We talked about how these teams played 5 games down in Winston-Salem earlier this season on 2 different trips by Danbury. Hat-tricks have won 2 of those 5 games, each in overtime, with Kuznetsov and Gesso scoring the game-winning goals in overtime in those wins.
The last game on January 2nd was a comeback for the Hat-tricks. Johnny Ruiz tied that game with 20 seconds left in regulation. Hat-tricks are hoping to have an easier win, a couple wins here this weekend. Back into the Danbury zone. Peavy out in front, the one-timer blocked by French, then a second chance from Schnapp, fired high and wide. The Hat-tricks come away with it, and a great chance for Carolina. I don't think they're going to get a shot for that, but the Hat-tricks still in their own zone with a little bit of difficulty. Now they're into the offensive zone. Ruiz snapping, scores! Tom Neely into the zone, leaves it for Ruiz, who fires it home. It's 1-0 Hat-tricks. Just over 6.5 into play in the first, and Danbury lights the lamp burst tonight. It's 1-0 Hat-tricks lead.
What a pretty goal that is. Tom Mealy, really good job coming over the blue line, and what a sweet lead feed he makes to Johnny Ruiz, and the captain does not make a mistake with that shot as he goes upper near corner and gives Danbury the 1-0 lead. Let's get a look at this here. It's a pretty pass by Tom Mealy. He recognized immediately that Ruiz had a few steps there with the defenseman backing off, the defenseman trying to play both forwards, and Mealy read the play perfectly, got the puck quickly to Johnny Ruiz, and boy, Johnny did not make a mistake. His 28th goal of the season, and with that point, he has now tied his single-season professional career high with 49 points, and he's done it in his 31st game of the season. Of course, he had 49 points 2 years ago as a rookie here with Danbury, but now 49 in 31 games already this year for Johnny Ruiz. What a season he is having, and he has at least 1 point in every game but 2 so far. Remarkably consistent.
It was Dmitry Kuznetsov, too, on that play, falling down in the neutral zone, able to get the puck to Tom Mealy, who was able to feed Ruiz, and that was a great play all around for the Hat-tricks, and Ruiz not close to being finished yet this year, it seems like.
I mean, he is on pace since we just hit the midway point of the season yesterday. He's on pace for 54 goals this season. I mean, that is just ridiculous, and just a hair under 100 points.
The Hat-tricks will need him as this season goes. He's one of their best players, maybe their best player, offensively, definitely. And the Hat-tricks will hope that he's able to stay healthy and continue this stretch that he's on so far to start this season. He'll take the face-off in their own zone after the Hat-tricks ice the puck. So it's Carolina that wins it. They shoot wide of the net. Coming out with it is Gallagher. Behind the net, Dimitri Daniluk will outlet for Ruiz just past his stick. And it will go deep into the Hat-tricks, the Carolina zone. Steve Mealy able to stop the puck at the neutral zone. It's played down low, and Peshtuka will carry into the Hat-tricks end at the high slot. He's whistled offside. Just under 13 to play here in the first. 1-0 Hat-tricks. It's Mealy and Kuznetsov to get the assists on Ruiz's goal, and the Hat-tricks ahead 1-0.
And Kuznetsov continues his terrific rookie campaign. That is his 40th point of the season. He has 21 goals and 19 assists now.
Hat-tricks with a neutral zone face-off win. Ahead to Brennan O'Reilly, his first shift of this game. And he'll turn it over in the neutral zone. Conway plays in deep to the Hat-tricks end. Frankie McClendon leaves it for Brown. McClendon not too busy tonight so far. He'll watch a shot go wide of the net and come out to the point. Stone at the left point. serves down low, hops over Conway's stick, and Lazaro comes away with it for the Hat Tricks, playing it up the boards. It is taken by Danbury into the zone. Jackson, backhand down in front, swatting at it, O'Reilly. It was stopped by Paulin. Schnapp controls for Carolina. Passing ahead for Conway, back to Schnapp into the Hat Tricks zone. He zips one in, and it's gloved by McClendon. 12-11 to play in the first. 1-0 Hat Tricks, and seems like it might be getting a little bit chippy now. Johnny McDonald laid a hit behind the net.
Yeah, with Carolina, you're going to see a lot of that chippy for sure. And listen, they have the size advantage. And if that's their advantage, especially being the road team, you got to work towards what your strength is, and that's their strength, Josh.
No Everett Thompson tonight either, the leader in penalty minutes. So
70 in 11 games this season.
He knows how to mix it up. The Hat Tricks go deep into the Carolina end. Anderson batting it down behind the cage. Coming away with it, Stone for the Thunderbirds. Will play behind the net. Monacchio outlets tipped by Cardinal into the Hat Trick zone. He did not get the red line, though. That'll be icing against Carolina. Just under 12 to play here in the first. Hat Tricks lead by 1.
Frankie McClendon on the season is appearing in his 16th game. He's 5 up, 6 down, and he's lost 3 in overtime, a .469 goals against, .880 save percentage. A guy has spent parts of 3 seasons with the opposition, the bad guys. He's with the good guys tonight, but he spent parts of 3 seasons with Carolina. He won 14 of his 15 career decisions with Carolina.
Kuznetsov in the corner, getting the puck out high, and it was intercepted by Carolina. Hat Tricks come away with a defensive zone opportunity here for Carolina to come in. The shot, McClendon looking behind him, and he stops it, but it's going to be a penalty. Looked like the original call was going to be on the Hat Tricks.
Yeah.
Looked like they could have gotten a second slashing call in there, too, at the end.
Right. You're absolutely right.
See if they call just one. It's going to be a slash. I think it's on Daniluk. Daniluk broke his own stick with the slash. And it will just be him heading to the box. So the Hat Tricks give the league's second best power play a chance at work here. 21.1% for Carolina. Hat Tricks, meanwhile, second to worst on the penalty kill, 77.9. This Carolina penalty kill the worst in the league. So if the Hat Tricks can draw some penalties too, could be a big story here tonight. Dimmitt at the point. Carolina wins the draw. 11:15 to go in the first. Starting a power play for Carolina. Ford at the right circle, firing in. It hits a body in front, bounces into the corner. Steered back to the point. Dimmitt across the line here at the point, and back to Dimmitt. Center point. Carolina getting to work on the power play. It's played back out in front, and Nosov gloves it down at the point. Ruiz intercepts and carries out. Ruiz through center at the right circle, cutting down low behind, and will turn back out to the neutral zone. The Hat Tricks will be content to waste some more time. 40 seconds into this penalty on Daniluk for slashing. 10:35 in the first. Now 1:10 left on the Carolina power play. Dimmitt weaving his way through the neutral zone, dropping back for Nosov, and he'll feed it over to Gus Ford into the Hat Tricks end. Right circle, the shot off his body and out of play. Halfway through the power play, Hat Tricks doing a good job so far limiting Carolina's chances.
Yeah, they had one good shot on goal, but Frankie got a clean look at it, made the pad save. He did not control the rebound, but what I was really impressed with on that was how quickly Corey Anderson swooped in before any Thunderbird player could get there, and then Corey was able to outlet and clear the zone.
Carolina wins the draw, back to the point. Martin leaving for Conway. Martin has it back. Conway at the far hash mark, circling in the corner, feeding it back to the point. Conway's shot from the circle is blocked by Gallagher, racing to it in the corner. Gallagher gets there, plays it ahead to Steve Mealy, who will play it all the way down the ice. Exactly halfway through the first. 35 seconds left on this penalty kill for the Hat Tricks. Carolina starting up the ice. PV across the Hat Tricks line, stopping at the circle, and Conway will play it all the way down low. Martin coming to it in the near half wall. Gesso plays it down low, and Carolina comes away with it. PV hammers it back up to the point. Martin D to D. Peshtuka right point. Now Martin will fake the shot at the left point, go back to Pashtuka, center point, and he'll fire one through traffic. McClendon smothers it with 3 seconds left on the kill. The Hat-Tricks doing a good job there and giving McClendon a good lane to see that shot from. We'll step aside here from Danbury. 9:26 to go in the first period. Hat-Tricks up 1-0 and finishing up a kill when we come back.
Dr. Matt Hartsburg is the official member of the Danbury Hat-Tricks medical team. Hartsburg Chiropractic is cutting-edge chiropractic care right here in your backyard. And the Connecticut National Guard is a proud sponsor of your Danbury Hat-Tricks as well.
Hat-Tricks have a defensive zone draw here. It's won by Carolina, and the Hat-Tricks get down and look out of the box. Cardinal at the left circle. It's swept away by Gallagher, and the Hat-Tricks finally able to get out of the zone and kill the penalty. It is Danbury trying to get out again. Forward will turn it over. Now Batita back to the point. One-timer Talipov, and McClendon shrugs that one with his shoulder and is able to cover it up. 9:05 to go. 1-0 Hat-Tricks, and a couple turnovers there after the kill. Cost the Hat-Tricks a couple chances against.
Yeah, absolutely. But what I like there from Frankie is how he smothered that shot. That was kind of an awkward save, but he did a great job not allowing a rebound. He just smothered it against his chest.
Carolina wins another offensive zone draw. High slot Cardinal playing it to the point. Nassab shot off of Danila. Cardinal takes it, and a player goes down. No call, and the Hat-Tricks will get out of the zone. Tom Mealy carrying into the Carolina end. He will shovel it in deep. It rolls around behind the net. Nassab dropping it back. It's intercepted by Kuznetsov. Hat-Tricks threatening here. Kuznetsov, bottom of the circle to French. Up high, the shot tips wide. Bounces out to Anderson. To the point, Stefanson. All the way down into the corner. Anderson looking for it. Has it along the near boards. And it's played across to French, who tips in. And Talipov now fumbles it and turns it over to Kuznetsov. Slides it down low to Mealy in front. He scores! The Hat-Tricks capitalize on the turnover. 2-0 Danbury, 8:19 to go. Tom Mealy gets his 5th of the season.
Good job on the forecheck. Mealy really gets rewarded for his work on the forecheck, helping create the turnover, but it's Kuznetsov who comes away with the puck and then quickly puts it on the stick of Tom Mealy, who slides it past Paulin. Now all alone in front of the net, not being picked up there. And Danbury off to a 2-0 lead, and Kuznetsov and Mealy each with 2 points early on.
If you're Carolina, those type of turnovers are just awful to swallow, and the Hat-Tricks will take advantage of it though and be happy to have it. Gesso streaking into the zone, down low, will try to feed in front. Steve Mealy behind the net, comes away with it. Right circle, Mealy through traffic out in front. Gesso looking for the rebound. It's hammered wide. Just under 8 to play. Gesso has it right back in the corner. Hat-Tricks lead 2-0. Gesso down low in the corner, playing it back out to the point, and McDonald will have to take it out to center. Kuznetsov gets his 2nd assist of the night. And the Hat-Tricks come right back in. Ruiz looking for Gesso. The sauce just had a little bit too much heat on it. It was up high as well, and the Hat-Tricks will have to go back into their own zone. Gallagher cycles back behind his own cage, and the outlet is taken by Carolina, played right back toward the front of the net. Hat-Tricks can't get out of the zone. Conway along the far boards, working against 2 Hat-Tricks. Now Gallagher shoves him and will be able to play it out to center. 7:08 to go in the first. Hat-Tricks leading 2-0 as Peshtuka carries up the left wing. Near side into the Hat-Tricks zone. Will fling one in, and McClendon a little bit handcuffed but able to squeeze it with 7 minutes to go, and a 2-0 lead here in the first.
Yeah, again, and no rebound from McClendon. You know, I talked about the big rebound he allowed on the power play or the hat-trick's penalty kill that Anderson came in and cleaned up for him. Since then, boy, has he done a good job controlling the rebounds. And a really good start, I think, for Danbury today. From the goaltender on out, I was wondering what type of start we would see. Danbury played last night. Carolina traveled, had the long trip up from Winston-Salem. And it's certainly been Danbury that's had the better of the play. They've looked like the sharper team and a well-deserved 2-0 lead early on.
Hat-Tricks back in their own zone. A few players for the Hat-Tricks not playing last night helps have a little bit of fresher legs in the lineup here on the back-to-back, but it's just getting started for the Hat-Tricks. Still 2 more games after this in consecutive days. So the Hat-Tricks and Dave McIsaac are going to have to roll all 3 lines and the D pairs. Here's Anderson, the wrister, high and wide. Off the glass, back out to the point. Stefanson down low. Anderson coming away with the puck to French, high slot, hops off his stick. He'll gather it along the circle. Shot blocked away. He has it right back, left point. Tom Mealy firing down low. Anderson will retrieve it behind the net. It bounces over and on top of the net, it looks like. The Hat-Tricks thought it might have gone in, but it will be just a whistle in the offensive zone. 6:07 to go and a 2-0 lead.
Hat-Tricks may have thought it went in. Chris Paulin was praying it didn't go in, and it didn't. Chris Paulin's played well this year. You know, he's given up 2 early ones here. Not really totally his fault, but in 17 games, he is 9-7-1, a .357 goals against average, and .887 save percentage, 5th in the league in goals against, 2nd in the league in wins.
Hat-Tricks turn it over on a shot for McDonald. As Carolina comes through, Cardinal out in front looking for a teammate. Talipov, the shot, he scores! Just like that, Carolina right back in it. A broken play, the Hat-Tricks made the first stop. It bounced right to Talipov, and McClendon couldn't get across. It's 2-1, Hat-Tricks. The lead is cut in half. Talipov, the one who made the turnover earlier, gets a goal back for Carolina with 5:54 left in the first.
Yeah, that's how you get back in good graces with your teammates, and your coach. You come back, you keep your head in the game, and you make a play, and that's exactly what Talipov did there. You know, as you said, McClendon couldn't quite get over. I thought he did get over. In fact, originally I thought he made the save, but somehow that, got between his pads and into the back of the net. So huge goal for Carolina. They really needed it as they try and find their footing here in the first period.
They've had spurts in this first period, but the Hat-Tricks have had the better of the majority of the play. But it's 2-1, just a 1-goal game. Nassau back in his own end will carry out, and the Hat-Tricks turn it over again. Jesso cutting on in, the shot stopped by Paulin and cleared out. Ford carrying to center. Right to left across the Hat-Tricks line. Will look to dangle by Daniluk. It's stopped, and Gallagher will take over. Gallagher pestered from behind by Ford and will clear it off the glass. It's tipped by Stone, so Pauling comes out of the net to play it and springs forward to Nicoletti. Across the Hat-Tricks line, Ford dumps in. Martin chasing after it in the corner. Stefanson looking to seal him off. Aslan will play it up the far boards as Lazaro scoops it out and cannot get it to center, but Jackson does on the second try. Martin ahead, back to Stone, who will shovel it into the Hat-Tricks end. Down low into the neutral zone. Retrieving it in his own end is Yuri Peshtuka. Ahead to Martin. Tape-to-tape pass into the Hat-Tricks end. Martin carries across the line. The centering feed off of Tom Mealy's right skate, and Jackson will carry out. Gains the red line, will chip in on goal. Stick to the side by Paulin. 4:20 to go in the first. 2-1 Hat-Tricks. Kuznetsov gets the puck, and it's backhanded toward goal. Tom Mealy was wide open in front. Lazaro saying my bad there as he took the shot without really looking at the net. But the Hat-Tricks still lead 2-1. 4:14 to go in the first, and we'll step aside here. We'll be right back with the end of the first.
if you want some good nightlife in the local area, you want to hang out with Danbury's hottest crowd, then you head to Molly Darcy's on Mill Plain Road. If not, stay home, watch the Hat Tricks. I guess there is a snowstorm tonight, so
Hey,
I'm sure Molly's will still be rocking.
Never a bad time to head over to Molly Darcy's. 4:05 to play. Carolina wins the faceoff in their own zone and will chip into the Hat Tricks end. Behind the Danbury net, it's Schnapp, leaving for Conway. Looking to go back to Schnapp out in front. Anderson stepped in, intervening, and will carry out. Anderson knifing his way through center ice, gets the red line, and chips in. Behind the Carolina net, Paulin playing it to the corner where the Hat Tricks take over. Mealy stopped there by Peavy. The clear attempt stopped by the Hat Tricks again. Now Daniluk blasting from the point. It's stopped by Paulin. 3:34 to go. Hat Tricks up 1 here in the first. And both teams turning the puck over a little bit in their own zone of late.
Yeah, that was a good play there by Corey Anderson, taking the puck away and tipping it back to Daniluk for a really good scoring chance from just inside the blue line. Good play by Corey, who's wearing the full shield after taking the stick to the mouth in the last home game against Watertown when he was unable to finish the game. He left that one about midway through the first period.
Hat Tricks chance out in front, bouncing puck. Paulin settles it. Hat Tricks were lurking there, but Paulin able to keep that one shut. 3:25 to go, 2-1 Hat Tricks in the first.
We have the official scoring on Carolina's goal at 14:06. Ramil Talipov, his third of the season from Cardinal and Butita at 14:06.
Hat Tricks win the draw. In the corner, Gesso 1 against 2. Comes out to Steve Mealy, bottom of the circle, but he's stripped. And Butita will scoop it to center. Ruiz intercepts there. Interesting line for the Hat Tricks tonight with Ruiz, Gesso, and Steve Mealy all together. And the Hat Tricks will tip that puck, so no icing. Hat Tricks looking to generate some high efficiency lines, and that sure could do it with Gesso and Ruiz on the same line, along with the veteran Steve Mealy. Hat Tricks in their own zone. Ruiz chipping off the glass, looking to glove it down as Talipov, and Jackson races forward into the zone. Jackson cutting to the slot and lost control as he got there. Out to center, Ford streaking across into the Hat Trick zone. Right to left, sweeping by French, and now losing an edge in the corner. He looks to play the puck while he's prone, but the Hat Trick's able to play it forward. Ford has it right back in the corner, and Hat Trick's able to work it free and play to center. Jackson carrying across the line, banks it to himself, in at the circle, all the way across, one-timer, they score! Aslan, his first as a hat trick. A beautiful play from Brett Jackson, the bank pass to himself, feeds it to Aslan. He puts it home into the empty net. It's 3-1 Hat Tricks, 2:13 left in the first.
What a really pretty play by Brett Jackson. And then, he had the decision to make there. It became a 2-on-1 after he made the pass to himself. We're going to see right here. Now he's got a 2-on-1, 3-on-2 if you will, but he makes the right decision. He could have shot that puck because the defenseman was kind of caught in no man's land. Instead, he made the perfect pass as the goalie was overplaying the shot. It was the right decision and a nice finish by Aslan, who scores in his home debut for the Hat Tricks and now has 2 points in his first 2 games since coming to Danbury.
Hat Tricks playing the puck all the way down, and when they can get some production from that third line with Jackson and Aslan out there on the ice, that could be huge. Aslan, the new signing, and he already is on the score sheet multiple times in his first couple games here with the Hat Tricks. Anderson chipping high off the glass and out to center, where it's played by Carolina. Right to left, Peavy dumps into the Hat Tricks end. McDonald spins it back to the neutral zone. Dimmitt controls there. Will chip in on goal. Stick to side by McClendon. And Johnny McDonald will leave it for Tom Mealy. Skating up the ice, cuts at his own line. Back to McDonald, who plays it in deep. 1:10 to go in the first. Hat Tricks leading 3-1 as they tip into the zone. Dimmitt behind his own net with a minute left. Played up by Nasov, out of the reach of a teammate, but it was tipped in. Chasing after it, Butita in the corner. Butita around in the corner playing against Gallagher. Butita comes away with the puck and plays it to the point. Talipov shot in on goal, gloved by McClendon, and he'll melt it down. 37 ticks to go in the first. Hat-trick's up 2.
Danbury's third goal comes at 17:47. It's Aslan, his third of the season, first with Danbury. His first 2, of course, coming with the Delaware Thunder. Jackson and Brown with the assist, though really it's Jackson that made the play. Brown also picks up an assist.
Nasab across the Talipov, blasting high and wide, and it bounces out to Ford. All the way back across Nasab, the shot, he scores! Carolina with a late goal in the first to cut the lead again. It's 3-2 hat-tricks. Nasab in his Carolina debut gets a goal, and the hat-tricks lead is down to just 1 right after they extended it with 27.9 left in the first.
So Danbury loses the face-off there, and Carolina is controlling along the near boards. And I looked at the clock. There are about 31, 32 seconds, and I'm thinking in my head, you just got to get it out of the zone. You can't give up a goal here after taking that 2-goal lead again. And boom, what happens? They leave a man wide open, flying down the right side into the circle, and just a nice finish by Nazov.
Hat-tricks back in their own zone here with 18 seconds to go. Schnapp turning it around and will play it to the slot. Anderson intercepts and shovels to center. 10 seconds left in the period. Peshtuka playing ahead to Schnapp. And into the hat-trick zone. Conway turning and firing. It's blocked out high with 2 seconds left. Hat-tricks carry out to center. And that'll do it for the first. It's 3-2 hat-tricks, and they won't be too happy with the goals they gave up, I don't think, the hat-tricks. They felt, it seemed to me that they were the better team in that period, and coming away 3-2, in for a shootout here tonight.
Yeah.
But the hat-tricks probably hope they did a little bit better with the 2 goals allowed.
Yeah, they want to tighten things up here. You know, that they had certainly puck possession-wise and scoring opportunities-wise, Danbury was the better team in the first period. But you make a couple key mistakes, and to Carolina's credit, and this is why, you know, they're a good team, a confident team that's won 5 in a row. You turn the puck over in your own end like that, or you lose your man in your own end like that, like they did with Nazov, and Carolina's going to make you pay. And so they've taken advantage of 2 opportunities that really Danbury kind of gifted to them. So you know Coach McIsaac's going to go in that room, and he's going to say, hey, listen, guys, we should be up 3-1, maybe 3-0, you know, in this first period. Let's tighten it up. We were the better team. Let's come out and just make sure our all-around game is on point in the second period.
They looked really good in the offensive zone. They also, the hat-tricks capitalized on Carolina mistakes in that first period, which they have to keep doing as this game moves on.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's what I talked about before, is that how is this first period, the whole game, but in particular that first period, how is it going to play out? You know, Danbury, you know, played last night, traveled home. Carolina had the long road trip coming up here. Wasn't sure what we'd see, and we saw quite a few mistakes, and we saw the other teams take advantage of those mistakes. So let's see now how the teams settle in, or if this continues down the same path the rest of the 40 minutes.
Well, we'll see in the second period. It's 3-2 hat-tricks after 1. We'll be right back after this for the second. We're back inside Danbury Arena, ready to go for the second period of action between the Hat-Tricks and the Thunderbirds. After one period, Hat-Tricks leading 3-2, and it was a high-scoring first period, a couple mistakes on each side, and seems like we're going to be in for a good one here.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't expect one team to run away from the other here. Two teams that are two of the better teams in the league. Danbury came into play today in second place with a .589 points percentage in the league this season. Carolina fourth place with a .533 points percentage. And as we touched on earlier in 5 previous meetings, Carolina with 3 regulation wins and Danbury with 2 overtime wins in the head-to-head series.
Hat-Tricks will look for their first regulation win in this season series tonight. A little bit of a delay before we start the second period. Not sure what for.
Oh, maybe so Kuznetsov and Ford can continue their conversation. Look at them by the face-off circle. 2 of them are hunched over. They're in deep conversation.
Looks like something with the ice.
Yeah, there's a little bit of. You can see some water kind of glistening on the ice. They might have to squeegee some of it off, and that is exactly what's going to take place. It gives us, just a quick second to touch on something else going on in the hockey world today. And, certainly my mind and my eyes and my body are here in Danbury Arena, but a big part of me is at Madison Square Garden tonight as well, where Henrik Lundqvist's number 30 is officially retired by the New York Rangers tonight. And as you know, I spent 10 seasons with the New York Rangers, working for the Rangers as their in-house beat reporter and digital content producer. So that means I had a front row seat to 10 of Henrik's best seasons of his National Hockey League career, and 3 conference finals, a Stanley Cup final, a Vezina Trophy, and who knows how many great moments I was there for in the career of Henrik Lundqvist. So very, very deserved honor tonight at Madison Square Garden as number 30 goes up to the rafters. And, just the only thing that he missed in his tenure, in New York, the Stanley Cup. Winning that Stanley Cup. It just never happened. I got to tell you, I have never been around an athlete that was as intense as Henrik Lundqvist. Not only on game day, not only in games, but at practices as well. His focus was incredible. So anyway, a deserved honor for him tonight at the Garden.
There's a reason he was so good, and growing up a Flyers fan, I wish he wasn't as good as he was.
He did knock your team out of the playoffs a couple times.
Hat-Tricks, the other orange and black team, in action right now.
Yes.
And they'll play it up the boards. Daniluk starting off here in the second period. Carolina in the offensive zone. It's flagged down by Kuznetsov. He's upended. And Carolina's back into the zone, dropping it to the point. Anderson intercepts. The Hat-Tricks will come the other way. Tom Mealy looking for Kuznetsov in the slot. It's knocked away. 30 seconds into the second period. Gallagher's shot from the point, and a quick whistle.
Oh, boy.
As Paulin had never had control of that, but the referees blew it dead 40 seconds into the second, and 1-goal lead for the Hat-Tricks. That's one the Hat-Tricks are going to be upset about.
Yeah, they can't be too happy about that. And you know what? If you're the referee there, all you can do is tell the guys on the ice, sorry, that's on me, my bad. You own it and you move on. You make the next call the right one.
Hat-Tricks do get an offensive zone face-off out of it, and they're unable to capitalize on that. Stone will carry behind his own cage for Carolina. Up the ice, left to right, tipped by Conway, stopped at the Hat-Tricks line. McDonald ahead to Gesso, spearing it forward to Ruiz at the circle. Ruiz cutting down low, the shot stopped by Paul and bouncing up in the air. He'll cover it up. Just about a minute into the second, 3-2 Hat-Tricks. A neutral zone turnover that time, and now some pushing and shoving in front of the Carolina net.
Yep, Mealy's involved there, and boy did Steve Brown come flying in to Mealy's defense. Mealy's not a big guy, might have a big mouth, but he's not a big guy. And who knows, he might have said something that set off somebody, and Boy, but Stevie Brown got in there quickly to make sure, hey, you're not messing with him, you're messing with me. But what that does mean is that the faceoff now comes out of the zone since Brown, the defenseman, left his spot at the blue line to come in down low and join the fracas.
The faceoff will come out to the neutral zone.
Yep.
And the Hat-Tricks are unable to win it. They do take over in the neutral zone and hammer it in deep. Steve Mealy beats the icing call. Has it along the near boards. Circling all the way back to the point, taking a lap himself around to the far hash marks, cutting down to the bottom of the circle, out in front, one-timer, Ruiz, stopped by Paulin. Steve Mealy taking a lap around the zone, setting up Ruiz in front, and it was a great chance for the Hat-Tricks.
Yeah, that's a great play there by Steve, and the flip side of that is Carolina just watched him skate circles around them, and then, perfect feed. Ruiz was in perfect position right between the circles, and Johnny's had two really good scoring opportunities to open up the second period.
Hat-Tricks on the offensive attack again. It's played off the pads of Paulin, and Carolina will carry it out. Peavy up left to right across the Hat-Tricks line, stops at the point and plays it down low. Out in front, swatting away. Conway hits it just wide, and Schnapp plays it back to the point. Dimmitt through traffic, goes wide. Asselin will come away with it up the left wing. Cutting to Jackson. This duo connected on a goal in the first period. Lazaro tips back into the zone. Jackson, bottom of the circle, will shoot it just wide, and it comes out to the top of the zone. Tom Mealy down low behind the net, and Carolina takes over. Peshtuka ahead. Now Schnapp will carry out and pass it ahead to Martin. Martin swats into the Hat-Tricks end. Bryce French retrieves in the corner. Around behind the Hat-Tricks net, Tom Mealy will break out. 2:20 into the second. Hat-Tricks through the offensive zone. Anderson high slot, rips one. Mealy the rebound, poked away by Paulin at the last moment. Mealy would have had his second chance at an open net there tonight. He capitalized on the first one in the first period, but Paulin able to stop that chance there. Anderson right back into the zone. Mealy has it stripped, and Nicoletti will pass ahead. Into the Hat-Tricks end. Bartlett plays in deep. Hat-Tricks get the puck, and Gallagher scoops it all the way out. It'll go for icing against Danbury. And the Hat-Tricks will go back into their own end. 17:07 to go in the second. 3-2 Hat-Tricks lead.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Danbury bench right here. Gesso and Ruiz both up, waving their arms, saying, come on. The defenseman stopped skating. That should not have been an icing. Defenseman could have gotten to that puck. But he saw the linesman's arm up, so he slowed himself down, and now the faceoff's in Danbury's end.
Butita will win the faceoff in the Hat-Trick zone. Ford taking it in the corner, working his way around to the near circle, gets it to the point. Talipov shot, kicks down low, and Cardinal will take over. Swing his way up to the top of the zone, plays down low for Butita. Pass intercepted, cleared up the boards, not out of the zone. Nassau at the right point, fans on the shot. It's swatted forward by the Hat-Tricks, and Tom Mealy will take over at the red line, leaving it for Corey Anderson into the zone. All the way across, Kuznetsov kicks it to his blade and will play it in behind. Gesso, as the Hat-Tricks changing lines, takes over in the corner, playing it to the point. It goes out to center, and Steve Mealy will backhand in. Behind the Carolina net, 3.5 in to the second. Hat-Tricks leading 3-2. Thunderbirds turning back to their own zone. Butita stripped by Gesso, ahead to Steve Mealy, and he goes down, no whistle, and Ruiz's shot stopped by Paulin. Somehow no tripping call on that as Steve Mealy was brought down, and it will remain a full strength aside.
Steve Mealy and Johnny Ruiz both dashed after the referee, and then Dave McIsaac and assistant coach Tyler Noseworthy both were up on the bench, their arms up in the air, waving, trying to get the referee's attention, saying, how is that not a tripping penalty? But they do not get the call, and a little sketchy beginning to the second period for the officials.
Hat-Tricks win the draw. Ruiz playing out in front. It was blocked off as Steve Mealy has it back to Ruiz at the circle. The shot tipped just at the last moment by Conway. Hat-Tricks behind the net. Steve Mealy working his way out and trying to center it to Ruiz. It goes off the side of the net. Ruiz has it behind and lost it. to Carolina. It will be cleared. Hat tricks right back into the zone. Steve Mealy cutting at the blue line, steering it down low, takes back the interception down low to Lazaro, trying to chip it by Paulin, who was down on the ice, but it went just wide, and Carolina will outlet. Just about 5 minutes gone here in the second. Hat-Tricks leading 3-2. Schnapp across the red line into the Hat-Tricks end. Will play in toward McClendon, sticked into the corner. Peavy on it there for Carolina, swings it out in front. It goes all the way through. Aslan will come away with it for the Hat-Tricks. Backhands up the near boards. Can't get it out of the zone. Played high off the glass all the way around to the far corner. Stefanson swatting it up the boards and not out of the zone. The Hat-Tricks 2 chances now to clear and haven't been able to. Now Jackson able to lift the stick, and it's a 2-on-1 for the Hat-Tricks. Jackson with Aslan cutting, and the pass in front intercepted by Dimmitt, and Carolina springs forward. Left to right, Bartlett into the Hat-Tricks end to the slot. He scores! Rips it right by McClendon under the glove, and we're all tied up. It's 3-3. 5:19 into the second, and just like that, Carolina ties it.
You know, we haven't seen a lot of Carolina in transition, you know, where they turn it back the other way quickly. They're a little bit more of a grinding team. But there, that was transition to perfection. You know, they turned the puck over, they turned the Hat-Tricks over deep in the offensive zone, and bing, bang, boom, they were back the other way. And that was a pretty sweet finish there. Frankie probably wishes he had that one back, but it got, you know, kind of crossed him up a little bit. It's in the back of the net, and now we're square. You know, now it's 3-3, and that is two-goal leads that have been lost by Danbury.
Carolina right back in. McClendon able to stop forward on that chance, and the Hat-Tricks race forward, knifing his way across the line. Anderson spinning down low. The shot off the side of the net, and Kuznetsov has it right back. Near circle, Kuznetsov working back to the high part of the zone. The shot off the body of Paulin and wide. Daniluk stuffs it through the slot and back into the corner. Anderson at the point keeps it in. Kuznetsov batting away at it and looking to keep the puck in the zone. He's pinned against the boards. 1-on-3, Kuznetsov outnumbered here and still keeping the puck free, but Carolina finally gets the center. Ford stopped by Ruiz. It's swatted ahead, but taken back by Butita. Off to Ford on the right side. Ford cutting to the slot, drops it back to Dimmitt. One-timer blocked in front and bounces to Butita, who had it over his stick and out to center on the pass back to the point. Talipov up to the right side. Nicoletti fans on the dump in. Hat-Tricks get the puck back, looking to get into the zone. And it's through center. Ford carries into the Hat-Tricks end. At the right circle, plays it in deep. Gallagher wings it up the boards, kept in by Talipov. All the way down low in the corner, Nicoletti hammers it off the kick plate. Tom Mealy intervenes and will try to play the puck around behind the net. Does skate and back it to Gallagher, who plays right back to Tom Mealy. Hat-Tricks will outlet. 7 minutes into this second period, tied at 3. Talipov intercepts at center. His shot stopped from behind by Gesso. Hat-Tricks turn it over in the neutral zone and get it right back with Daniluk. Daniluk banking it ahead. Gesso looking to take over at center. Ruiz finds it in the center right circle and will skate into the zone. Cutting at the blue line. It goes out to center. He'll have to turn back. Hat-Tricks back on side. And a penalty is being called. Hooking. And this one will go against Carolina, it looks like. We'll see what the call is when we come back, as there's 12:34 left in the second, and it is a 3-3 score.
Well, you want the best, and now you got it. Jersey Mike's is here at Danbury Arena, and be sure to stop by at their locations in both Brookfield and Ridgefield. Jersey Mike's, wow, that's good. And there will not be a penalty call, or is there? Here we go. Finally, Peavy. Peavy was trying to hide on the bench the entire media timeout, but now he's escorted to the box by the linesman, and a big power play here for Danbury in a 3-3 game.
So the Hat-Tricks head to the power play. Third in the league at 20.8%, and this penalty kill for Carolina, the worst in the league, 77%. Hat-Tricks to work in the offensive zone. Lazaro to Gesso. His pass out in front, stopped by Peshtuka and cleared. 10 seconds into the penalty, 12:23 to go in the second. It's tied at 3 here in Danbury. Garrett Gallagher behind his own net. Up to Johnny Ruiz. Cross ice to Lazaro off his stick. He'll have it back in the corner. All the way around the far boards. At the hash marks, far side is Gesso. Looking across to the slot. Doesn't have any options. Slowly making his way into the circle. Drops down low to Steve Mealy. Ruiz back to the point. Gallagher. Hat-trick cycling on the power play. Gesso, far circle. Looking out in front again. Will fire, and it's gloved by Paulin. 1:13 to go on the power play. 11:47 in the period. Hat-tricks will change units here.
And with Aaron Atwell still out of the lineup, he's currently on the injured reserve, we see Gallagher and Lazaro working the point on the first power play unit. Gallagher, of course, a traditional defenseman, and Lazaro's a guy who's been a swing guy. He's played forward and defense this year for Danbury. But in essence, that's 4 forwards and a defenseman when he's out there.
Kuznetsov blasts, and it's gloved again by Paulin. A big chance there. Kuznetsov, a wide open shot, but from that far away, unless you have Zdeno Chara's shot or Shea Weber's shot, I don't know if you're going to beat the goaltender.
That was a good shot, though, and it was a rising shot and a quick glove by Paulin.
Hat-tricks taking the face-off. Anderson unable to win it. It's Peshtuka who clears down. McDonald can't handle it. It goes all the way into the Hat-trick's end. Halfway through the power play, Kuznetsov in the corner will skate by Cardinal, and the Hat-tricks have 45 seconds to find a goal here on this power play. Slingshot to Tom Mealy across the Carolina line, all the way around the boards. Anderson lets it go to the point. McDonald plays it off the boards, back down low to Mealy. Anderson behind the net, works by Peshtuka, and coming out to the top of the zone. Straddles the blue line and leaves it off for Tom Mealy. Across to Kuznetsov at the left circle, skating down low, and it's pass tipped out by Dimmitt and out of play. 16 seconds left on the power play, just under 11 in the second. We're tied at 3, and the Hat-tricks haven't really generated much besides that one Kuznetsov shot.
Yeah, Dimmitt, good play there by Dimmitt. He read that pass perfectly and then had his stick in the right position to deflect it out of play. On the second power play unit, and this is something that we've seen quite a bit recently, Steve Brown, a defenseman, setting up in front of the goalie to screen the goalie, playing a forward position.
Stefanson plays in deep. With 9 seconds left, Hat-tricks just put a normal line out. Jackson with the wraparound, just wide of the net. And it's cleared out to center. Schnapp carrying through. French stops him. As out of the box steps Peavy. And with 10.5 to go in the second, tied at 3, back to full strength. Hat-tricks right to left across the red line. Lazaro will hammer in deep. O'Reilly chasing in after it. Jackson can't pin it against the boards. Carolina outlets. Peavy across the Hat-tricks line on the near wing, all the way down low behind the net. Stefanson there for Danbury. Puck hops in the air, and Stefanson settles. Leaves it for Jackson up the left wing. Cross ice feed for O'Reilly out of his reach, and Carolina right back into the zone. Peavy's shot tipped wide by Schnapp. Side of the net. It's back out in front from Conway. Talapov's shot through traffic, tipped, and it stays out. Somehow it was trickled past McClendon. We could see the puck behind him, but the referee right there with his eyes on it. That puck never crossed the line.
Wow, Frankie, I thought he was right on it, and then it went between his pads and rolled towards the goal line, but he fell back on it, and the referee was right there, right along the goal line, so good call there.
will step aside. 9:48 to go in the second. 3-3 the score.
Well, Dr. Jared DiLorenzo is a proud member of the Danbury Hat-Tricks medical team. Stop by and see them on Locust Street in downtown Danbury. Feeling good is an option, and they can get you there. Big 3-game series against Carolina this weekend here at Danbury. Back at it tomorrow night at 7, and then Sunday at 7. And bring your skates after the game Sunday, Josh.
Yes.
You can skate with the boys on the ice.
Hopefully it's after 3 points and a Hat-Tricks win. They go barreling in. Gallagher speeding down the wing and lays it out for Ruiz. Ruiz ahead to the corner. Dropping behind, it's Gesso who plays ahead, and it's intercepted by Carolina. Played the center. Hat-Tricks will retrieve it. Brown across to Daniluk. Brown not used to playing with anyone not named Aaron Atwell, but with Atwell out of the lineup, was paired with Daniluk tonight as Carolina takes back over at center. Nicoletti plays deep, and Daniluk will chase after it behind the net. Leaving it for Brown, who will outlet. It's tipped, and Ruiz will control it into the zone. Ruiz streaking in, cutting down low. The shot, he scores! What a goal from Johnny Ruiz! Knifed his way through the whole defense and put it top shelf. 4-3 Hat-Tricks. 8:54 to go in the second.
What an absolutely gorgeous one-on-one move here. It's all Johnny Ruiz. Boy, put that on the highlight reel. What a goal by Johnny. Absolutely undressing the Carolina defenseman there. And it's one thing to make that move, then it's another thing to finish as he did. Just rifling it top shelf underneath the crossbar. His 29th goal of the season.
What a shot from the captain. What a play, and the Hat-Tricks have the lead back. Carolina wings one just wide of the net in the offensive zone, and it's taken by Kuznetsov. Turned over in front. Carolina has it with Butita, and it's cleared out. Hit something on the Carolina bench, so the whistle blows. 8:24 to go in the second. 4-3 Hat-Tricks, and it was all started actually a lucky bounce for the Hat-Tricks on the pass from Brown, went right to the tape of Ruiz.
Yeah, actually McDonald got credit for the assist there, but I thought it was Brown as well. But maybe they'll check that. But Johnny Ruiz on fire his last 2 games in this building. Of course, he had the hat trick against Watertown last Friday.
Hat-Tricks will take everything they can get from the captain as Dimmitt fires one in, stopped from McClendon and played up the boards and out. Doesn't have enough on it for icing. Dimmitt retrieves it in his own end. Just over 8 to play. A penalty called here on the Hat-Tricks. Tom Mealy going to get the gate for slashing. So right after they take the lead, they go to the penalty box. Mealy not happy with the call, but Carolina player lost his stick after Mealy swatted at it, and Hat-Tricks will go back to the kill.
Yeah, Johnny now, talk about him being hot. He had gone 4 games without a goal, which for him is a lifetime this season with how well he's played. But in his last 4 games now, he has 7 goals, including that hat trick against Watertown and another 2 tonight.
Hat-Tricks with Ruiz will take the draw on the penalty kill. 8 minutes to go as Mealy gets the box. The one-timer from Nassau out of the zone, out of the corner, and all the way down. Rolling in on edge, in on Paulin. He'll settle for Dimmitt. Hat-Tricks and Ruiz pestering on the forecheck shorthanded. It will be Dimmitt who carries through center into the Hat-Trick zone, hard around the boards to the far side where Cardinal drops it in deep. Ruiz intercepts and clears for the Hat-Tricks. 30 seconds into the kill for Danbury. 7.5 to go in the second period. Hat-Tricks leading 4-3. As Ford drops it for Nassab, and Cardinal gets into the zone. Nassab right circle out in front, one-timer. Ford rips it high and wide. Had a wide open net and he missed it. Hat-tricks catch a break there, short-handed, 1:09 left on the kill. Still a 1-goal lead for Danbury.
Yeah, Gus Ford leads Carolina with 21 goals on the season. I don't know that he's had that many wide open nets as he did right there. He streaked right into a perfect pass, and he just got under it too much and sent it up not only high over the net, but out of play as well.
Went off the glass and out.
Yeah, off the glass and out.
Hat-tricks a break there for Ford to miss that open cage. And with 1:08 left on the kill, 7-12 in the second period, the Hat-tricks leading 4-3. Anderson will take the draw, far circle in his own zone, unable to win it. Carolina controls Martin down low, and it is McDonald who is able to scoop it out to center. Retrieving it at his own line is Peshtuka, left to right across into the hat-trick zone. Swing to the wide wing. He'll play it all the way around the boards. It's taken in the near corner, and Anderson was hit up high. That will be a high stick penalty against Carolina. Hard to get a high sticking call against someone with the full bucket on.
Yeah, well, he's got the full bucket, but the stick went up underneath the plexiglass there, and yeah, Corey's not too happy about it. He's pointing towards his mouth. He seems to be fine, but he was pointing to the Carolina bench where he got high sticked, so that negates the remainder of the power play for Carolina with skate 4-on-4 for 45 seconds, and then Danbury will get their second power play.
Ferrer Electric power play abbreviated coming up after 45 seconds. Hat-tricks on the offensive zone with Gesso to take the draw. Dimmitt, after Carolina wins it, will drop it back for Peshtuka, and it's played out to center, and Carolina will hammer into the hat-trick zone. 6.5 to go in the second. 30 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Peshtuka right point at the circle will fire off of Schnapp, and he felt that one. It bounces out to center. Peshtuka will take back over and fire into the hat-trick's end. Hat-tricks with Gallagher behind his own net, and now Daniluk will play it right back to Gallagher as he takes a hit. 7 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Hat-tricks will just settle down in their own end before the power play starts, which is right now as Tom Mealy exits the box. A Ferrer Electric power play for 1:10 here with 6 minutes to go in the second. Hat-tricks leading 4-3. Gesso trying to chip into the zone. It's gloved down by Carolina, and Stone able to clear it down. 1 minute on the Hat-tricks power play. Gallagher behind his own net will start a breakout right to left. Up to the right wing, it's Tom Mealy. Walks by one and will go cross ice to Kuznetsov. Left circle, Kuznetsov cuts back to the high part of the zone. It's flagged down by Butita, but gets to Tom Mealy on the far side. He'll go across deep. Brown, one-timer. It goes wide and bounces off the end boards. Kuznetsov has it. Left circle, back out, up high to Brown. McDonald at the left point. D to D. Brown was out of his reach, off his skate, and out to center. 23 seconds left on the power play for the Hat-tricks. 5:10 in the second. Danbury leads by one. Tom Mealy up the left wing. Up into the Carolina zone. Sealed off from behind. McDonald takes over, walking out in front. McDonald trying to get a shot off as he dangled through, but couldn't get the full shot off. 4 seconds left as the shot goes from Brown, blockered by Paulin, and stepping out of the box is Conway, back to full strength. Hat-tricks pass it right to Conway as he gets out of the box. He'll turn back at his own line and charge into the Hat-tricks end. 4.5 to play in the second. Carolina trailing by a goal deep into the Hat-tricks end. Playing back to the point. Nassab's shot hard and wide to the net. Martin comes away with it in the far corner. Swinging it out in front. The Hat-tricks intercept. Brown's clear attempt off a body and stays in the zone in the corner. Out to Martin, the one-timer, healed it, and it's into the near side corner where Aslan will chip it, but not out of the zone. It's kept in. Peavy, high slot, wrister down low, stopped by McClendon into the corner. Aslan coming away with the puck and will skate out to center. racing forward, up the left wing, into the zone, sealed off by Nasov, and it will be played around behind. Carolina controls Talipov up the left side. 4 minutes to go in the second. Outlet pass taken by Bryce French for the Hat-Tricks, and his feed ahead, tipped by Nasov and into the Carolina zone, where Paulin will play it to Talipov. He's crunched by O'Reilly, and he'll fan on his clear attempt as they all collide into the referee, who goes down, and the Hat-Tricks still remain on the forecheck here. O'Reilly barrels in, but Bartlett carries to center, chips it out, and Stefanson will race over for it. At his own line, ahead to Lazaro. 3:20 to go in the second. Hat-Tricks lead by 1. Paulin hard up the glass and kept in by Lazaro. In the corner, Jackson looking out in front for Tom Mealy. It was blocked off, and it's played out. Not out of the zone. French out down low, and the shot stopped by Paulin. Jackson in there looking for the tip, but couldn't get there. 3:07 to go in the second. 4-3 Hat-Tricks. We'll be right back.
Texas Roadhouse is located on Newtown Road in Danbury. It opened its doors locally in 2017 and is known for hand-cut steaks, cactus blossom, fall-off-the-bone ribs, made-from-scratch sides, and fresh baked bread. The restaurant prides itself on its legendary food, legendary service, and legendary fun. Check them out at his Texas Roadhouse, located on Newtown Road, Danbury.
Hat-Tricks looking to earn a couple stakes here tonight. Can't win the offensive zone draw and play out to center from Carolina into the Hat-Trick zone. Cardinal steering it ahead. Butita, the shot, stopped by McClendon. Great stop by the Hat-Tricks goaltender, and they keep the 1-goal lead as the Hat-Tricks are right back in the neutral zone, controlling the puck. A couple players in, so Kuznetsov has to just dump in. 2:40 to go in the second. 4-3 Hat-Tricks on top here late in the second period. First of 3 between the Hat-Tricks and the Thunderbirds. This long outlet pass goes down for icing against Carolina. 2:28 to go, 4-3. Big stop there from McClendon. That's our Ameriprise save of the game.
And it should be, because that was a terrific athletic save right there by Frankie, who's, he's moving right to left in his net, but the shot comes back across the grain. So that means his body's going one way, but he's got to kick out his right leg and skate the other way to stop the puck from going in the net. Terrific save by Frankie McClendon.
Hat-Tricks can't win the draw in the offensive zone. Feels like Carolina has dominated the face-off circle tonight as we are in center. Dimmitt will hammer it in all the way down into the Hat-Tricks end. Gesso playing up the boards, and he is crunched in the neutral zone. Comes away to Cardinal, and he's into the Hat-Tricks end. Cardinal steering out wide to Ford, dropping it, and Ruiz was there on the back check. Steve up the ice into Gesso in the slot. Just the 2 players as Steve Mealy shot, gloved down by Paulin. He'll keep it in play, and Carolina will spring forward to center. Butita carrying through center, speeding into the Hat-Trick zone, stopped by Kuznetsov. His outlet ahead to Tom Mealy into the zone, one-on-one. Mealy shot, stopped by Paulin. Monacchio able to get a stick on that one as it was heading in on goal. Hat-Tricks unable to keep possession. Stone will outlet. It's stopped by Tom Mealy out in front. He's upended this time, and it is a penalty against Carolina. 1:18 to go in the second. 4-3 Hat-Tricks, and right back to the Ferrer Electric power play.
Absolutely, and that one, you couldn't miss, because if he doesn't get hauled down there, it's one-on-one. It's him and Poland, because he was about to break in after taking the puck away. So If there's a good penalty to take, that's probably a pretty good penalty to take.
Tom Mealy would have been in on a breakaway basically from the hash marks down, and he already has one tonight. 98 career pro goals for Tom Mealy, approaching a milestone there, and almost had 99, but the hat tricks on the power play, 1:12 to go, as they lead 4-3 here in the second. Anderson behind the net, back up top to Tom Mealy. Right point, all the way across. Kuznetsov drops for McDonald, who will pass down low. It's tipped out of play by Carolina. 58 seconds to go in the second. 1:40 on the power play for the hat tricks, up by 1. And looking to make it 2 heading into the final frame.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a really, really big opportunity for them to, restore that 2-goal lead heading into the final 20 minutes.
Far circle, a face-off to the left of Paulin. Butita against Corey Anderson. Carolina wins and fires all the way down. 50 seconds to go in the second. Hat tricks leading 4-3. 90 seconds left on a power play. Kuznetsov starting the rush right to left through center ice, across the red line and into the zone. Swing to the left and at the circle. Kuznetsov cuts back and is stopped by Dimmitt. Dimmitt racing forward, 2-on-1 short-handed for Carolina. Dimmitt into the zone, will shoot. It's wide of the net. The hat tricks have numbers the other way. 4-on-2 for Danbury. Tom Mealy left wing into the zone, all the way across. Kuznetsov will rip it. It's stopped by the right shoulder of Paulin and cleared all the way down. 18 seconds to go. McDonald will turn back in his own end. A whistle blows as Paulin's strap came loose on his helmet. 14.8 seconds left. 56 on the power play. Hat tricks up 1, and that was a great chance. They kind of slowed it down when they had the numbers.
Yeah, they did, but they got a terrific scoring opportunity, and Paulin made a really, really good save there, shrugging off the shot with his shoulder. But at the other end, a terrific scoring chance as well on a 2-on-1 shorthanded rush. Dimmitt ends up taking the shot, not making the pass. And the issue there is, it's not so much that he didn't score, it's that he completely misses the net. So the puck rims around, and it sends Danbury off 4-on-2 the other way.
Lazaro off the center ice face-off. Hat tricks with 8 seconds left. Lazaro blocks the clear attempt in the corner along the hash marks, and players aside, 2 aside, battling for it as the horn sounds to end the second. It's 4-3 hat tricks after 2, and after a high-scoring first, just 1 apiece in the second. Hat tricks and Carolina heading into the third. Hat tricks will have 41 seconds of a power play left, which is more than enough time to extend the lead to 2, and the hat tricks will be more pleased, I think, with the defensive effort in that period than the first, and they'll head to the third with the lead.
Yeah, I liked Danbury's game in the second period. I noticed it early, even though they ended up giving up the tying goal before they regained the lead again. I liked the way that their legs were moving. Guys were really skating, in particular early in the period, but I liked their defensive game as well. Now they got to win the special teams battle. Right now the special teams battle is even. Neither team scored on the power play. Take advantage here. You're going to get a clean, fresh slate of ice to start the third period. You're going to have your top players out there, refreshed, ready to go. Take advantage. It's only 40-odd seconds left, but it's a big, big opportunity for the hat tricks opening up the third period.
It's a 1-goal lead for Danbury after 40 minutes. We'll step aside and be back for the third. The hat tricks leading into the final frame, and we'll have it for you after this. Third period just about underway from Danbury. Josh Starr with you alongside Jim Cerny. The Hat-Tricks leading 4-3 after 40 minutes, and we'll have 41 seconds of a power play to start this third period. A much more defensive second period for both sides, and the Hat-Tricks have a lead heading into this final period.
Yeah, Danbury, they've kind of righted the ship. They went through that stretch after the 9-game winning streak where they lost 6 of their next 7 games. But they've righted the ship recently. They're 2-0-1 in their last 3, 3-1-1 in their last 5 games. And now they have an opportunity with 3 straight home games against a good opponent, but still 3 straight home games where they're 12-2 this season at Danbury Arena to, again, get a couple more wins this weekend, and then you're off until next weekend, and you go on the road, albeit against the last place Delaware Thunder. It's a chance for them to really start building up points and continue what's been a pretty good stretch the last week and a half or so.
Hat-Tricks with a chance here that they've regained second place in the league. They were in third for a couple of weeks there on that little bit of a down stretch, but a chance to claw a little bit closer to Watertown, and you won't catch them quickly, but as the third period begins, the Hat-Tricks look to finish off a win here. They dump it in deep, up 4-3 on the power play for 30 seconds here remaining to start this third period. Gesso circling back at his own line will head fake and play across to Lazaro. His cross-ice feed flagged down out of the air by Butita, and he'll play it all the way down. Hat-Tricks in their own zone. Garrett Gallagher left to right up to Lazaro, and he'll streak into the offensive zone. 5 seconds left on the power play. Ruiz all the way around, wraparound, lost control at the last second. Now it's cleared out of play. That might be a delay of game against Carolina. 41 seconds into the third period, and the Hat-Tricks are right back to the Ferrer Electric power play. They'll have 1 second of a 2-man advantage, and then 2 more minutes on the delay of game call. I think it was Butita who got that, who played that puck out of play. It was. So Hat-Tricks will have a little bit of an extended power play here to start the third. Anderson will take this draw. Far circle offensive zone. Back to 5-on-4. And the Hat-Tricks take over in the corner. Mealy plays it down low behind to Anderson. Pinned up against the boards. Conway there. And Conway will clear. Hat-Tricks not able to win a puck battle. 3-on-1 on the power play there. 20 seconds into this power play. 1 minute into the third. Hat-Tricks lead 4-3. McDonald up the right wing to Kuznetsov, who will get those legs churning through center across the line. All the way around the boards to the far side where Tom Mealy plays it down low. Peshtuka intercepts and floats it ahead for Conway. Gloves it down 2-on-1. Conway shot. Glove saved by McClendon. It popped in the air and he snatched it once again on the power play. The Hat-Tricks goaltender having to make a couple of saves tonight. Just 1:21 into the third. Hat-Tricks still up 1, but a shorthanded chance for Carolina.
Yeah, Frankie, was in good position there. Not a lot of net to shoot at, and so he did his job. Danbury this season have allowed 7 shorthanded goals. That is the second highest total in the league, and boy, that was a bad opportunity to give up by Danbury there.
Carolina's given up 6 of their own shorthanded goals, but Hat-Tricks are the ones on the power play right now as they can't seem to find some rhythm on this opening power play of the third. Hat-Tricks lead by 1, minute and 40 into the period. Gesso speeding across the red line, and Gallagher will dump it in. All the way around to the far boards with 50 seconds left on the power play. Ruiz looking to get in deep. Outnumbered on the power play again are the Hat-Tricks, and it will be cleared by Carolina. Back up through center. Steve Mealy plays it to the far wing. Gesso back to Mealy, high slot. Out wide, Gesso in the corner. Dropping it back for Ruiz, far hash marks. As Gesso takes back over behind the net. Gesso trying the wraparound now, fakes the shot, back out to Lazaro at the point. One-timer, far circle, Ruiz, and it is stopped by Paulin. 21 seconds left on the power play. 2:19 into the third. Hat-Tricks lead by 1, and not the commitment level here on the power play, getting those battles won in the corners.
I thought Gesso had an opportunity there for the wraparound. I thought he was going to go for it and then kind of hesitated and lost the shot.
Hat-tricks have 15 seconds left. Here is Gesso in the corner. Coming out to the top of the far circle at the hash marks. Down low to Ruiz. Back out Gesso, the one-timer, and somehow it stayed out. The net comes off, and there's 7 seconds left on the power play. Gesso seemed like he had a lot of net to shoot at, and net came off. Gesso did miss the net, however. Hat-tricks leading by 1 late here on the power play.
Jesso's come alive here in the third period. You know, a couple opportunities, skating well. It's been pretty quiet the first 2 periods. Again, returning from the 2-game suspension, and he did not play last night in Binghamton as well. Of course, his last home game that he played here, January 15th, he scored 4 goals against Binghamton.
Hat-tricks off the power play now. Back out of the box is Butita. The shot bounces in on goal. It's cleared by Carolina and all the way down. No icing. Steve Brown will go back to grab it. 3 minutes into the third. Hat-tricks lead 4-3. O'Reilly cross ice to Aslan in his skates, kicking it to himself. Now blocks the clear attempt from Stone, and it's played into the corner, up and out of the zone for Carolina. Bartlett into the Hat-tricks end, high slot. The shot stopped by McClendon, and he'll cover up.
Handcuff Frankie there, and that time, you know, I've been talking about how his rebound control's been really good tonight. That time, he couldn't grab it cleanly, couldn't pin it against his body, and the puck dropped right at his feet, and he pounced on it before anybody could get there. Frankie is 1-3 in 4 starts this season against his former team, Carolina.
Tonight, the first one he's making at home. Hat-tricks trying to help him out defensively here in the third. Stefanson in front of McClendon will play it ahead to Kuznetsov, and right on the tape to Tom Mealy into the zone. Streaking by, leaves it for Anderson, who will rip one just wide off the edge of the side netting. Anderson back again out front. The shot stopped by a Thunderbird and cleared out. Hat-tricks go back into their own zone. Just about 4 minutes gone in the third. Hat-tricks leading by 1. Stefanson up the left wing to Tom Mealy, who circles back and starts up on the rush. Now we'll cut back at the red line and drop it back for French. French off the glass, banking to center, and Peshtuka comes away with it for Carolina. Peshtuka into the hat-trick zone, stops in the corner, backhands to the point. Peavy across to Dimmitt, whose shot sticks into the air behind the net by McClendon. Daniluk scoops it ahead, out of harm's way in the front of the net, but still in the corner. Daniluk swatting away at it. Mealy trying to clear. It's hops in the air. Martin comes away with it at the left point. Martin stopped by Tom Mealy, still gets it down low. As the Hat-tricks dig away at it, the puck pops free to Ruiz, who shovels it ahead to Steve Mealy. 2-on-2 for the Hat-tricks. Mealy catches an edge, and it's Carolina who takes over. Peavy through center at the Hat-tricks line will stop and chip in deep. 5 minutes played here in the third. Hat-tricks lead by 1, and Brown's pass goes off the glass and out of play. 15:05 to go in the third. Hat-tricks up 1.
Josh, Fairfield County Bank is the official bank of the Danbury Hat-tricks. It's where the Hat-tricks bank, and the tellers wear the Danbury Hat-tricks top hat. Fairfield County Bank is the hometown bank of your Danbury Hat-tricks, and they're proud to support their hometown team.
Hat-tricks in their own zone, trying to clear, and they do, out to center. Carolina at its own line with Ford will play ahead, and Thunderbirds will play in deep. To the hat-trick zone, McDonald plays it off the boards and up the wall, but not out, and Carolina keeps it in. Stone off the rebound try, and Jackson able to force it to center. Now the Hat-tricks control. Aslan speeding into the zone on the right wing, dangles through his legs, cutting the side of the net, out in front, hopped over Jackson's stick, and Carolina comes the other way, right to left. Cardinal across the Hat-tricks line. Right circle, down low, cutting in the corner. Will play it around behind. Butita behind the Hat-tricks net. The captain for Carolina plays it to the near half wall where Talipov plays it down low, and Gallagher is shoved. That'll be a penalty against Carolina.
Ford.
as the Hat Tricks take over on a delayed call. Daniluk in his own zone. Now Butita will take over, and with 13:59 to go in the third period, it's a 4-3 Hat Tricks lead, and Danbury will head to the power play when we come back.
Well, Josh, Litchfield Distillery is the spirit of hard work. The butchers of Litchfield Distillery, the batchers of Litchfield Distillery, in honor of the early farmers of Northwest Connecticut, present to you the locally made Litchfield Distillery bourbon, vodka, and gin. Grab it at the rabbit hole and hoist the barrel with the Hat Tricks. You'd rather be a batcher than a butcher.
Hey, we wouldn't have the nice steaks at Texas Roadhouse without the butcher.
Now, that is true. Actually, a batcher and a butcher together, that's pretty sweet.
That would be good. Gesso here at the right point will fire in just wide. That had eyes on it, but just missed the cage, and Carolina clears. Hat Tricks on the power play. Cross-checking the call against Gus Ford. 13:40 to go, and the Hat Tricks on the Ferrer Electric power play here with Gallagher left to right across to Lazaro. Into the Hat Tricks, the Carolina zone rather. Back to Gallagher, center point through traffic in front. It's tipped wide by Lazaro. Dimmitt comes to it in the corner and will clear. 40 seconds gone on the power play for the Hat Tricks, leading by one with 13:15 to go in the third. Gallagher slowly starting the breakout on the power play out to the right wing. Ruiz ahead to Steve Mealy, who tips in behind the Carolina net. Mealy unable to get there. It's played up but not out, kept in by Brown, right circle. Down low to Gesso, back up to Brown at the point. Gesso walking his way down and leaves it for Steve Mealy. Back to Gesso at the right circle, lets it fly, and it's stopped by Paulin and cleared all the way down by Carolina. Gesso working his way into the slot there, but unable to finish the chance. 35 ticks to go on the power play for the Hat Tricks. 12.5 in this third period. Danbury leading 4-3 as McDonald gains the red line and plays in deep. Kuznetsov swats it in the corner. It comes to Tom Mealy, playing it back to the point. Steve Brown through traffic, tipped in front. Anderson there, puck is loose. Anderson spilled to the ice, and it's played back to the point. Brown back down low to Tom Mealy with 15 seconds left on the power play. Mealy's shot rides off the stick of Stone and out of play. 9 seconds left on the power play. Hat Tricks leading 4-3, just over 12 minutes left, and Hat Tricks will take this third period just spending a lot of time on the power play here.
I mean, the good thing is, they're on the power play that's limiting, Carolina's momentum, if you will. The bad part is they're not taking advantage of your power plays, and it's still a one-goal game. And, Danbury now, they've had, a couple power plays this period, and they've had 4 in a row right now. And they're about to go 0 for 4 in that stretch and 0 for 5 in the game in another 4 seconds.
Stefanson's shot tipped out of play. It'll be another face-off. The Carolina end. 4 seconds left on the power play. 12:03 in the period. In the regulation, and the Hat Tricks leading by 1. Carolina wins the draw, and Peshtuka high off the glass, skies at the center and all the way down. Stefanson cycles back for it in his own zone. The outlets ahead to Anderson, battling a bouncing puck. He'll be able to get it forward to Tom Mealy, who tips in. Hat-Tricks back to even strength here with Carolina as Ford exits the box for the Thunderbirds. Butita, 11.5 to go, down 1. Outlets to Ford into the Hat-Tricks zone, all alone. Ford cutting on in front. The stop by McClendon. He was prone on his back, and the backhand shot from Ford stopped by the Hat-Tricks netminder. Kuznetsov races the other way into the Carolina zone. Out in front had Lazaro, but it was tipped away at the last second. Mealy back out up high, and Carolina takes over. Butita at his own blue line. Carries through center. Off to the left wing. Schnapp plays in deep off the glass. In behind the Hat-Tricks net. Daniluk first to it. Will sky it to center. Bouncing in toward the side of the net, and that will go for icing. With 10:53 left in the third. Hat-Tricks up 1. Daniluk not trying to do that, but just got too much on that.
Well, yeah, and you know, I think if you're Dave McIsaac, you're not happy about that because Daniluk was probably about a stride and a half away from the red line. Just take another stride forward and then pitch it up high in the air, and then you avoid the icing.
There's the save from McClendon once more. Great stop by him on the leading goal scorer for Carolina. Here's Aslan down in front, the backhand try as he cut to the slot, covered by Paulin. 10:39 to go in the third, 4-3 Hat-Tricks lead, and Aslan hasn't had a ton of ice time tonight, but he's been effective when he's been out there.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Aslan, in his Danbury home debut. He had the assist last night in his Danbury debut in Binghamton. But tonight, he's got the goal. He's had good opportunities. The Montreal native, 25-year-old guy, first year in the league. He stood out a little bit with Delaware, with the bad Delaware team. But now he's with a much better team. He takes on a different role here. But I think he's fit in nicely. I think he's played pretty well.
Steve Mealy shovels it forward in the neutral zone. Hat-Tricks have it right back at their own line. Brown bobbling, and Carolina takes over in the corner. Conway shot off a body and high in the air to the far wing, where Carolina takes it right back. Peavy cutting down the shot. Gloved by McClendon, hops in the air. Hat-Tricks first to see it and clear to center. Halfway through the third period, Hat-Tricks up 1 here in Danbury. First of 3 games in a row between these two teams this weekend. Hat-Tricks at center. Jesso can't control. Schnapp into the Hat-Tricks end for Carolina. At the circle, sticking it forward to Martin, and Hat-Tricks flying to the boards. The shot from Schnapp blocked by Danbury and cleared to the boards. Far side, Jesso comes away with it, scoops to center. The Hat-Tricks can't control at first. Now Anderson takes over at the red line. Anderson playing all the way across to Kuznetsov in the far corner, over skates, and Peshtuka will play it out. Martin skating ahead, 9:20 to go in the third. Deep into the Hat-Trick zone, Nicoletti will take the shot from the near board, stopped behind by McClendon, played up and out of the zone. Lazaro will tip it to center up the right wing, gains the red line and backhands it in deep. Into the Carolina end, Dimmitt will take it in his own corner and will outlet to Ford into the Hat-Trick zone. Ford cutting to the slot, stopped from behind by Lazaro, and here's Aslan. Has a lot of speed. Aslan will cut inside the Carolina zone to the circle, feeds it out in front. Steve Mealy's tip stopped by Poland, and Carolina comes right to left into the Hat-Trick zone. Ford steps by McDonald, who lost the glove in the process, and a penalty is called. Interference will be the call, and it's going to go against McDonald, I believe. Hat-Tricks go to the penalty kill when we come back here in Danbury. 8:38 to go. Hat-Tricks up 1, but headed to the kill.
Nico's Pizza and Pasta, located on Main Street. It's East meets West at Nico's. Try them for lunch, taste them for dinner. Pizza and hibachi meat, and you'll never be the same. That's Nico's on Main Street. These teams first of 3 this weekend here at Danbury Arena. Tomorrow night at 7, and then Sunday night at 7 as well. And then Danbury's away for the next 2 weeks before returning back second week of February here in Danbury.
Hat tricks to the penalty kill. Before that road trip, the Hat tricks have a few more here against Carolina. Try to take care of business on the penalty kill here late. 8.5 to go. Carolina on the power play. Hat tricks lead by 1. Nassau near circle to the point. Dimmitt tipped away by Ruiz. Good penalty killing for the Hat tricks, and 20 seconds into it, they are controlling in the offensive zone with Ruiz. Out up high to Gesso, turning and will shoot. It's wide of the net and out to center. Gallagher will drop it back to French. Hat tricks, 30 seconds into this kill, will now fly it down the ice. 8 minutes to go in regulation. Hat tricks up 1. 1:20 left on the power play, as the Hat tricks are back in their own zone. Steve Mealy in the corner, fans on the clear. Carolina takes over near half wall. Butita skating out to the top of the zone, dropping it for Nassau. All the way across, forward out in front. Stopped by French, and McClendon covers up. Bryce French got his back leg on that pass across and was able to stop it enough for McClendon to cover it. Halfway through the kill, 7:38 to go. Hat tricks still lead by 1.
I thought Ford was going to shoot the puck, and Frankie McClendon was playing the shot, so Ford had us all fooled, and he was looking for Cardinal, who was open to the side of the net, and that's a real big defensive play by Bryce French.
Martin on the face-off for Carolina. 54 seconds left on the power play. One-timer Peshtuka wide and out to the right point. Martin center point now, stopped by Anderson, and he'll speed forward. Corey Anderson looking for a short-handed breakaway into the hash marks. Upended, the arm does go up as he crashes into the net, and that will be a penalty shot for Corey Anderson. A short-handed breakaway. He's ripped down by Martin, and the Hat tricks have a chance to extend the lead with a short-handed penalty shot here for Corey Anderson. There's 7:17 left in the third. Hat tricks lead by 1. 39 more seconds of a kill, and Anderson will have a chance to extend the Danbury lead.
Oh, absolutely. Well, he had a chance right there until he had his legs swept out from underneath him. And he went down into Poland. Poland seems to be okay. Poland's doing a little stretching, but the net is back on the stanchion. Poland is fine. And Corey Anderson, boy, how sweet would his 20th goal of the season be if he's able to score here on the penalty shot.
The crowd is on their feet here in Danbury as Anderson is ready to go here. 7:17 left in the third. Hat tricks lead 4-3, and Anderson about to take a short-handed penalty shot.
Yeah, you don't see that too often. And Poland taking his time, getting ready.
Letting Anderson think about it.
Let him think about it. Finally turns around. He's got the straps on just so.
And here's the whistle for Anderson. Approaching the puck at center. Swings wide to the right across the blue line to the circles. The hash marks down low. Works to his left. Will score! He deked Poland out of the net and finished it from the low angle. It's 5-3 Hat tricks. Anderson converts on the penalty shot. Short-handed.
That is just a beaut. He's so patient on this, Josh. And boy, did Poland bite on that fake. But even still, Anderson did not, soon as Poland was down, you knew he had a wide open net. But Anderson made sure he didn't rush the shot just because he saw how wide open it was and that Poland was out of the play. Really good job by Corey Anderson, and indeed, his 20th goal of the season. He is the third Hat tricks player already with 20 goals. And now Poland, I believe, has received a misconduct penalty.
He was arguing with the ref.
Unsportsmanlike, one or the other. He was, I'm not.
It might have been Peavy. Peavy's going to the box.
Well, the goalie's not going to go to the box.
Well, yeah, the referee pointed to Peavy and said, "You're off."
Interesting, because Poland actually chased after the referee and met him by the penalty box. I don't know if he was arguing that it shouldn't have been a penalty shot.
Well, what a swing for the Hat-Tricks here, from shorthanded to a penalty shot converted, and now 4-on-4 awaiting a power play after the next 35 seconds. Here with 7:10 to go in the third. The Hat-Tricks back in their own zone. Daniluk shoved off the puck. Down low, Dimmitt walks by. McClendon makes the stop, and it's out to the far side. 22 seconds left of a 4-on-4. Conway back at the point, 2-4, who flings in, gloved by McClendon. Another penalty going to come up here on Gallagher, tripping against the Hat-Tricks, and now Gallagher trying to draw some extra from Carolina. Hopefully doesn't draw some extra for himself here for the Hat-Tricks. 6:51 to go in the third. Hat-Tricks lead by 2. It's going to be 4-on-3 for Carolina for 13 seconds.
Yeah, this is where you really got to start. Got to do your counting and everything, and then it'll be a 4-on-4. No, wait.
It will be.
No, he'll come out.
It will be a 4-on-4.
Yes, it will be a 4-on-4.
About a minute and a half, and then a power play for Carolina. The Hat-Tricks win the draw, play it up the near boards. Leading by 2 with 6:45 to go. It's 4-on-4 for 3 more seconds. Carolina takes the clear attempt. McDonald out of the box. 4-on-4 now. Conway's one-timer stopped by McClendon. The rebound in front. Ford takes over. Near circle. Up to the point. Another penalty called. This one will go against Carolina, I believe, as Conway arguing with the referee now. He'll get called for high sticking. And the Hat-Tricks won't have to face a penalty kill in a minute 11. Rather, a minute 37. There's a lot of numbers up there right now.
I mean, my scorebook is getting all messed up here. I'm zigzagging, trying to figure out, well, that would have been a power play, but that's not a power play because now this got equaled out and that canceled that out. It's a mess. But that's a big break there, for Danbury, no question.
It's now a 4-on-3 for the Hat-Tricks. That will last for a minute 11. And the Hat-Tricks can't win the face-off. It's cleared up and out by Peshtuka. 6:20 to go in the third period. 5-3 Hat-Tricks lead. 4-on-3 power play for Danbury, a Ferrer Electric power play as they come left to right through center. Jesso off the left wing into the zone. Dropping for Kuznetsov at the far circle. Back skating down low to the bottom of the ring. To the point, McDonald, D to D, Brown. Back to McDonald, center point, down low. Looking for Jesso out of his reach behind, and Brown takes back over. Jesso walking his way back up to the top of the zone. 33 seconds left on the 4-on-3. Down low, Jesso fires, stopped right in the chest by Paul, and he'll cover up. 5:45 to go in the third. Hat-Tricks lead by 2. So 28 more seconds of a 4-on-3 for the Hat-Tricks. Then it will be back to a 4-on-4.
Carolina's going to be pretty hot after this game if they end up losing. I don't think that they were really thrilled with the penalty shot call. And now, they get power play opportunities, and then it gets negated as they get called for an offensive zone penalty. I don't think they're going to be too thrilled with this one.
Hat-Tricks slowly working on the 4-on-3 power play. Daniluk center point across to Lazaro near side. Back to Daniluk. Now Steve Mealy. Now looking at his options, and the penalty just about over as Lazaro takes over, rings one off. Maybe Paulin's glove, maybe a post there. And it goes out of play behind, and now out of the box is Peavy after his minor. So it's 4-on-4 for 26 seconds, and then the Hat-Tricks will go back to a 5-on-4 power play for 23 seconds.
Well, I think that the hat tricks just clanked one off the post, which would mean free coffee for all fans in attendance tonight at City Center Cafe on West Street in downtown Danbury. Check out and get a cup of coffee at their full coffee bar, or for all your breakfast and lunch favorites at City Center Cafe on West Street, downtown Danbury.
Hat tricks win the offensive zone draw. McDonald down low, tips it in front, looking for Ruiz. It's outletted by Carolina. Right to left through center ice, 5:05 to go. Gesso intercepts, skates behind his own net, and leaves it for Anderson. Anderson giving the Hat Tricks a 2-goal lead, just minute to go on a penalty shot, short-handed. His pass intercepted by Peavy, and the Hat Tricks will recover and take back over with Ruiz. It's a 5-on-4 now for the Hat Tricks, just for another 15 seconds. And then all these penalties will have expired now with just 10 seconds left as Gesso winds back into his own zone. Down in the look, Gallagher streaking into the zone will shoot wide as Conway gets out of the box, back at full strength for both sides. 4:20 to go in the third period. Hat Tricks with a 2-goal lead as McDonald plays it forward. It's Steve Mealy into the offensive zone, working his way behind the net. Steve Mealy out in front. Gesso all alone in the slot. Shot stopped by Poland, the left-handed glove, able to come up with that save. And Carolina will play out to center. Played down by Gesso, taken by Carolina into the Hat Trick zone. Under 4 minutes to play. Minacchio right circle in on goal. Stopped by McClendon, high in the air to the near corner. Hat Trick's players upended. The arm goes up. That will be a penalty on Carolina. Gus Ford going back to the box. Cross-checking the call on him. 3:48 to go in the third. And the Hat Tricks now will have at least half the game left on a power play, up by 2 goals, looking to make it 3. We'll step aside here from Danbury. 3:48 to go, and the Hat Tricks lead 5-3, heading to the power play. We will stay with you here. Hat Tricks on the power play late in the game. 3:38 to go. Kuznetsov back to the point. Steve Brown down low. Kuznetsov will ring it, and it will go to the side of the net. Stopped in front. Hat Tricks still on the puck. McDonald at the point. Hops over his stick. 3.5 to play. McDonald dropping it back to Steve Brown. He surveys up the ice to Kuznetsov. Weaving through into the zone, plays it to the far corner. Lazaro smacks behind the net for Tom Mealy. And Carolina will find the puck behind and outlet to Butita. Into the Hat Trick zone. Taken by McClendon, and he'll cover up. 2:59 to go in the third. 5-3 Hat Tricks. And 1:11 left on the power play for Danbury. We'll step aside this time. 2:59 to go in the third. Hat Tricks by 2.
Well, it is the 7th Ferrer Electric power play for the Danbury Hat Tricks tonight. You know, Power Pete is going to light you up. Dependable, reliable, and services you can trust. Pete Ferrer and his team get you the juice to turn you loose. Light them up. FerrerElectricLLC.com.
Hat Tricks with 1:05 left on the power play, 2:50 left in regulation. Danbury leads by 2. The second game of 4 in 4 nights for the Hat Tricks, and they won the first one on the road last night in Binghamton, trying to start this 3-game series against Carolina off with a win at home here tonight. 2.5 to go. Gesso through center, stopped at the Carolina line, and the Thunderbirds come back the other way. Peavy across the Hat Tricks line, stops at the circle. They'll fire it off of Gallagher, and the Hat Tricks get it up, and Dimmitt's shot now tipped out of play from Gallagher. 31 to go on the power play, 2:19 in the game. Hat Tricks up 2.
You know, we mentioned how Anderson's penalty shot goal was a shorthanded goal. That is Danbury's 5th shorthanded goal on the season and the 2nd for Corey Anderson. And it's also Corey Anderson's 2nd 20-goal season as a member of the Danbury Hat Tricks.
Gesso getting into it on the bench with the Carolina bench. As the Hat Tricks have a defensive zone draw, they are able to win it but can't get it out of the zone. Bartlett skating down low and just to the side of the net, lost an edge and lost control as Brown lays a big hit, and he's going to be...
Yeah, fight breaks out down in the corner. Here's the problem with the hit and why Carolina is so upset as Bartlett skates off the ice. It's that Stevie's leg, his knee came up on the hit, and his knee hit the back of the knee of Bartlett.
And Bartlett was already almost down, too.
Yeah. If he had just checked him into the boards, I think all would have been okay. But I think what really set Carolina off, and boy, they're hot right now, is that Stevie Brown's knee came up. So it's almost like a knee-to-knee hit, except knee to the back of the knee. And, yeah, and that led to gloves being dropped. Corey Anderson was involved. I don't know if he's going to get a penalty as well, but Steve Brown heads to the penalty box.
There is an extra in for Carolina, too. Looks like Cardinal is
furious. He is throwing equipment in the penalty box right now. When he went to the penalty box originally, when the door closed, he punched the plexiglass with his fist, with his glove on, and then he sat down and he just started throwing equipment around the penalty box. He is really angry. He's either angry that, you know, he gets a penalty there, or he's angry at Steve Brown. I would think that there has to be an extra penalty here to Danbury.
Yeah, they're discussing it. It could be boarding. It could be a major if the referees thought it was.
Yeah, it looks like the
warranted.
Carolina bench is getting an explanation right now.
They probably want the major. They definitely want the major. They think it should be a major. Brown's still in the box, and the captains are still at center ice talking with the referees. There's 2:05 left. The Hat Tricks had 17 seconds left on a power play. And now it looks like Dave McIsaac might get an explanation.
Dave McIsaac is getting nothing.
Nope.
It looks like the referee just asked to see
if he was hurt.
If Bartlett is hurt. Bartlett skated on his own quickly off the ice, but headed right down the chute and to the locker room, the visiting locker room. But whether he's injured or not, unless, no, there wasn't a high stick. I was going to say, you know, if he was cut.
Corey Anderson's making his way over to the box now.
Yeah, and he was certainly involved in the scrum. Johnny Ruiz just held up 5 fingers, and then with his thumb pointed, he's out of here. So, indeed, Steve Brown will get a game misconduct, so you were right on the mark. He gets the major, likely for boarding, and a game misconduct, and oh yeah, Carolina's still in town tomorrow, and oh yeah, Carolina's still in town Sunday.
These two teams had some heated games
Yes,
in Carolina.
They did. Yes, they did.
This is setting up for a fiery last 205 and 2 more games.
Yeah. And again, Carolina is the more physical team. They're the team that you would think would, kind of be bringing the heavy artillery as opposed to Danbury. And, we'll see what kind of lineup that they dress tomorrow, too. Here, it's still a 2-goal game, and you still got 2 minutes to play. I don't think anything crazy is going to happen here because, Carolina's going to try and, find a way back in, still try and tie this game. It's not like it's a blowout right now where, I think you'd have to be worried about things getting really out of hand.
So it'll be a 5-minute major for Brown. Anderson in the box. Nothing's up on the board right now for him.
So I'm wondering, I think Anderson and Cardinal might have each gotten roughing. 5 minutes for fighting or 2 for roughing. Yeah. Right, one or the other. But I think they negate each other. Brown's got the 5-minute major, meaning that in 17 seconds Carolina would head to a power play.
Carolina just used the timeout now to get some extra time here. They've had a long time to talk about this on the bench here. And 2:05 left here with a 2-goal lead for Danbury. And Hat Tricks facing a major penalty kill here with Carolina getting a chance to try and come back here. The Hat Tricks still have 17 seconds left on their power play, so it'll be 4-on-4 for 17 seconds out of the final 2:05 here. And Hat Tricks trying to hold on to this 2-goal lead.
And again, we mentioned Carolina in town tomorrow and Sunday. You can get your tickets at DanburyHattricks.com.
Tomorrow, Autism and Mental Health Awareness Night. Zach Lesher, who is an advocate for both of those causes and a hockey player, is going to suit up for the Hat Tricks as a specialty guest player in that game. And there will be a portion of all the tickets raised will go toward causes that are helping with autism and mental health advocacy and resources for all of those people. And the Hat Tricks excited for the night tomorrow with Zach Lesher on the ice.
And then on Sunday after the game, you can skate with the team afterwards. Bring your skates, or you can rent skates for $5. Get on the ice with your Danbury Hat Tricks.
They win the face-off but can't clear. Peshtuka center point, 2 minutes to go. Martin will shoot in on goal, and McClendon stops that one through some traffic. 1:54 left. Hat Tricks up 2. In 6 seconds, it will be a power play for Carolina.
Did you see Butita there? He went through the crease. He made sure to give a wide berth to Frankie McClendon, and he had his hands up in the air like this. I didn't touch him. No penalty here, ref. They can't afford to take a penalty here.
Hat Tricks win the draw again. Play up the boards. Lazaro trying to scoop out and does get it to center. It's a 5-on-4 for Carolina now, and the net is empty for the Thunderbirds. So 6-on-4 for Carolina as they skate into the Hat Tricks zone. 1:35 to go. Hat Tricks barrel in the corner. Martin comes away with it behind the net to Butita. Butita back to Ford, bottom of the far ring, to the point, Nassau. Nassau off to the side. Ford going to the bottom of the circle, 1:20 left. Back to the point, Nassau. Peshtuka, still net empty for Carolina. The shot blocked by Gallagher in front of the net. Hat Tricks looking for the puck, can't clear. 1:10 to go, Nassau keeps it in. D2D Peshtuka. Nassau now far side. It's Ford at the circle. Centering feed into the slot. The Hat Tricks find it. Ruiz will take over at center. And from center will play it toward the empty net. Just wide of it. 54 seconds left. Carolina still with a 2-goal deficit. 6-on-4 with an empty net. Hat Tricks deep in their own zone. Daniluk crunched into the boards. Carolina comes away with it out up front to the slot. One-timer near side. Conway wide of the net. The backhand out in front. Stopped by McClendon. To the point, Minacchio. walking the line down low, far side. Martin with 30 seconds left. One-timer in front, fanned on by Butita, and the pass back out to center. Nassab has to retreat as Menacchio comes into the zone. Dropping it back for Ford, 20 seconds left. Ford has it in the high slot, walking his way down low. Backhand scores with 14.7 left. It's 5-4. The lead is just one, but time running out here for Carolina. 14.7 left. They'll probably leave Paulin on the bench here for the center ice face-off, and it's a one-goal game here. 14.7 to go.
Yep, one-goal game. And keep in mind, they stay on the power play because that was a major against Brown. So it remains 6-on-4 with the goalie pulled, sitting on the bench. Boy, Lazaro needs to win this face-off. And again, you don't have to worry about icing the puck here because you're short-handed. So if you get it back to Gallagher, who's the defenseman standing behind Lazaro, Gallagher would just hammer it down the ice. Whether he hits the empty net or not, it's no harm, no foul.
Lazaro against Ford, and the Hat-Tricks win it. Tom Mealy from center. He puts it right into the empty net. 6-4, Hat-Tricks get the empty netter. And now just about ice it. 11.1 to play. Hat-Tricks back up by 2. Tom Mealy gets his second of the night, the 99th of his pro career. And the Hat-Tricks.
And that's another shorthanded goal. 2 shorthanded goals tonight in strange fashion. One's a penalty shot, one's an empty netter.
Carolina wins the face-off into the hat-trick zone. Conway drops it for Schnapp. In front, the shot from Conway, high and wide, off the glass, and out to center as this game ends. 6-4, the Hat-Tricks win, make it 2 straight to start this 4-game and 4-night stretch. And these two teams will play 2 more times this weekend. The Hat-Tricks take the first of these 3 games, 6-4 on home ice. And the Hat-Tricks are starting to get hot again here as the month of January ends and February begins. Time past halfway point of the season, and the Hat-Tricks seem to be finding a groove right now.
Yep, they're 3-0-1 in their last 4 games, so you got points in each of your last 4 games, and they're 4-1-1 in their past 6, and they're now 13-2 on home ice this season. As Tom Mealy raises the barrel above his head, big game out of Tom tonight, a 3-point night with 2 goals and the assist. It must have been that pregame conversation I had with Tom. Settled him down. Yeah, I ran into Tom when I came to the arena tonight, and he was like in the lobby. He was just collecting his thoughts, probably warming up a little bit from the outside. Hadn't gone to the locker room yet, so we chatted, talked a little Rangers hockey. Well, he comes up, big game tonight for Tom Mealy. I'm going to take all the credit I can.
Well, you take credit, and so will Tom.
Tom will definitely take credit.
And the Hat-Tricks pull this one out 6-4. Got a little bit dicey in the last minute, but the Hat-Tricks and Tom Mealy able to find their way into the empty net and seal this win. The Hat-Tricks take this first game of the 3-game series 6-4. Thanks for joining us tonight from Danbury Arena. For Jim Cerny, I'm Josh Starr. The Hat-Tricks take game 1 of this series 6-4, and we will be back tomorrow night for game 2. We'll have the puck drop for you then just after 7 o'clock tomorrow. Get your tickets at danburyhattricks.com/tickets. Everybody stay warm and make some snow angels tomorrow, and then head on over to Danbury Arena for the game. Hat-Tricks win 6-4. We will see you tomorrow night.